Hello, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Miss Indy Talks Egypt. Today, I want to give you a little bit of background about the Egyptian calendar. The calendars of ancient Egypt were introduced once the civilization discovered that they needed structure. Their surplus of food was made possible by the flooding of the Nile, which brought rich silt to the land. The flooding of the Nile was an annual event that needed to be recorded in order to prepare for the flood. It was believed to occur after the heliacal rising of the dog star Sirius. Much of the Egyptians' culture and knowledge revolved around their polytheistic religion. Let's talk about the development. Egypt had three minor calendars that they later combined and altered in order to form the 365-day calendar. The quasi-calendar, a lunar calendar used primarily for festivals and events, was deficient in predicting the flood of the Nile. The stellar calendar was triggered by the heliacal rising, preceded by the flood of the Nile. The heliacal rising occurred every 365 and a quarter days, which didn't match their lunar calendar, consisting of only 354 days. Because this calendar was not suitable for economic and administrative purposes, an introduction to a standard calendar in the Old Kingdom was required to coincide with the lunar calendar. An introduction to a standard calendar in the Old Kingdom was required to coincide with the lunar calendar. The seasons. The solar year was recorded in 365-day calendar months, averaging 29.5 days. A 12-month year was 354 days, but the heliacal rising occurred every 365 days. The seasons were said to correspond with the flooding of the Nile. Each season consisted of 4 months. The names were in the format of first of Aket, second of Aket, third of Aket, fourth of Aket, first of Perset, etc. Aket was the season of the Nile flooding. Peret was the season of planting. Shimu was the month of harvest. Any month that contained a 13th moon, an additional month was added onto the end. The impact of this was that the 365-day calendar allowed the Egyptians to efficiently keep organization and structure in their civilization. They were able to plan and record any events or happenings. The 365-day calendar was not only used by ancient Egypt, but is also used around the world today. It allows the world to be in sync internationally and form an ordered society. Thank you so very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time with Miss Indy Talks Egypt.